Tim, what's going on right now? Why aren't you replying to my messages? There's no excuse for this. What type of son-in-law are you anyway? You're just gonna ignore your father-in-law when he's in need? Pathetic. You are absolutely pathetic.
Bruce, sorry, I'm getting caught up with a lot of things here. What's going on? Can you make this quick, please?
Well, the quicker that you reply back to me, the quicker we can get this over and done with. Don't you dare ignore my messages again.
Sorry, I wasn't ignoring them. I just had my phone on mute. I do that when I've got stuff to do.
Yeah, right. Like a guy like you has stuff to do. A little elementary school student is busier than you. At least they actually do something with their day.
Yeah, alright, cool. Laugh it up, Bruce. Anyway, what is it that you want exactly? Whether you like to believe it or not, I do need to get back to things.
Well, I'm sure you can slip in a bit of time to help me out. I need you to get over here right now. It's an emergency.
An emergency? Are you hurt or something? Did something happen with your wife?
Hurt is one way to describe it. I'm in persistent agony right now.
This sounds very serious, Bruce. What can I do to help? What exactly is hurting?
It's my eyes. They're absolutely burning right now. I'm watching television and the newscaster is just so incredibly unattractive that it's starting to affect me mentally.
Is this really what you're contacting me about? Bruce, sorry, I don't have time for these childish little conversations with you.
What did you just say to me? You better watch your mouth, boy.
Boy?
I'm telling you that I'm in a genuine crisis and you're just gonna sit there and play it down?
Are you in any serious pain or danger? If not, I don't have time to talk about this.
But I'm serious. How about you go turn on the TV yourself? Go to Channel 4. She is the ugliest person I have ever seen on here. I don't know what they were thinking when they decided to hire her. This must be a ploy from the government that wants to put us oldies into an early grave. It's the only explanation for why they've got this donkey telling me what the weather is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go now, Bruce. If it's bothering you that much, I suggest you turn the television off or change the channel. I don't see what me being there is gonna do anything to help your situation. Just don't look at her. You don't need to judge people for their looks, you know?
I miss the old newscaster that they put on here. Michelle, I think her name was. Now, she was a looker. And you could tell she was a refined woman, too. Not like these little, what do you call them? Nicki Minaj's walking around these days. Whatever happened to a good traditional woman?
Alright, Bruce. Well, seeing as you're not in any immediate danger, I'm gonna be going now.
Haven't you been listening to anything I said? I need your help. I need you to get over here right now.
Oh, come on, Bruce. Why? Why do I need to be there? I'm not any prettier than the newscaster you're looking at the moment. What could you possibly expect me to do?
Well, if you're not here, who's gonna grab the remote for me?
I'm sorry? What did you just say?
You heard me, the remote. Obviously, I can't turn the TV off or change the channel unless I use that remote, right? What happened to you, Tim? Did you grow back into a monkey or something? You know how TVs work, don't you?
Of course I know how TVs work. I just don't know how that brain of yours works. You're being honest with me right now, aren't you, Bruce? You're not actually joking around.
Of course I'm not. This is a crisis. I can feel my brain cells disappearing by the second. I can't look at her any longer. You're lucky I'm at the age I am and I haven't come down with some sort of brain degeneration illness. Now you better come over here and change the channel before something bad actually happens to me. You're not gonna like it when I start mistaking the living room for the toilet, now are you?
Bruce, just let me clarify what you're wanting me to do. You want me to actually drive over there, find where that remote is, and change your channel for you? That's what you're harassing me about?
That's exactly what I'm harassing you about. And look, it's not even that much of a pain for you. I know where the remote is. It's right in front of me on the table here. You don't even have to go looking for it.
Bruce.
What?
why don't you get up, reach for the remote, and change the channel yourself?
Are you kidding me right now? At my old age, you actually want me to undergo some physical labor because you're selfish and don't want to help me?
What are you talking about, physical labor? Bruce, the remote is right in front of you. It's not like you're running a marathon or anything.
How about you reach my age and see how it feels then? I'm gonna be looking down on you one day when you reach 60 and your son-in-law just refuses to help you.
There's help and then there's just being a slave. You're in no danger right now, Bruce. You're being pedantic.
Just who do you think you are, Tim? Where do you get off being this insolent?
What do you mean being this insolent?
Do you think that you can get whatever you want in life and give nothing in return? Do you actually think that you can marry my daughter and live with her without paying the price for it?
What exactly do you mean by the price? I don't need to pay anything. Do you think just because I'm married to your daughter, I'm in eternal servitude to you?
When you married my daughter, that made you part of my family. Now I'm growing older and I need to be taken care of. That's your duty, is it not? If your biological father was in need, you would go help him, wouldn't you?
My biological father died years ago.
That's beside the point. When he was alive, you would have helped him. Don't try and deny it.
I wasn't particularly close with my father. And I'm telling you now, even if I was, even if I loved him more than anything else in this world, I would not sacrifice the things I have to do today. I would not drive 3 hours to his house to change the channel for him. You know what? Let me rephrase that. I don't care if it was the king himself. I am not going to degrade myself that way. I am a normal human being that's going to stand up for himself. I'm not going to be bullied around by you.
This isn't me bullying you, boy. This is me teaching you a lesson. You need to respect your elders. I know what it was like to be your age. I know exactly the way that you're thinking. You're thinking that you can be fit and healthy forever. You're thinking right now that nothing is gonna stop you. You can just keep on going through life and being selfish and getting everything done for you. Not giving anything back to your community. Not doing anything to help the people that built the society that you're living in right now.
Bruce, what are you going on about right now?
I'm talking about your lack of devotion to the greater good.
What greater good are you talking about? This is over me coming over there to pick up a remote for you. You're really taking one little micro behavior of mine and expanding it into something that's just ridiculous.
No, I'm not. I'm giving you the insight into how much of a horrible human being you are.
Why am I wasting my time on this? Have I ever had one healthy conversation with you?
Well, who's to blame for that one, Tim?
If you're gonna insinuate it's me, I'm not listening. Why does it have to be me to pick up the remote? You know what? How come your wife can't do it? She's there with you, isn't she?
Wow, I see how it is. Just push everything onto my wife. She hasn't had a hard enough life as it is.
What are you talking about? To move from one room to the next to change the channel? I mean, even that alone is pretty pathetic. But it's not that much of an inconvenience, is it?
This is what I mean about the younger generation. Just no respect at all. You have no idea what we have had to go through when we were your age. You don't know the amount of weight that was pressed on our shoulders, how much our experiences damaged our bodies and our minds.
Well, look, if your experiences when you were younger turned you into this distorted, corrupt, just out of whack old man, then I do kind of sympathize with you. I mean, it seems like you genuinely think that I'm not a good son-in-law unless I drive over there and change the channel.
More and more, you just further prove my point. Tim, first it's your behavior that shows me that you got no respect for me. Now you're doing it verbally. You're calling me corrupt? You're actually calling me that word after I raised a beautiful, pure daughter for you to marry? You're actually calling me that word after I was one of the people that contributed to the society that we now have.
Just get over yourself, Bruce. You act like you built a highway or something. Or maybe the train that I used to get to work.
Obviously, I didn't do it personally, but I was one person part of a larger picture. Everything you see around you is thanks to me and my generation's effort. We built that for you. The least you could do is come over and change the channel so I don't have to look at this pig any longer.
Like I said, go get your wife to do it.
Okay then, Tim. Let's try and analyze your little solution then. I'll go into our room right now, wake her up, and tell her, "Honey, I need you to go change the channel for me." She's gonna look at me with those eyes, those hollow, worn-out eyes. You know what those eyes are.
I don't know. Are they an organ?
Those are the eyes that have seen horror. I know exactly what's going through her mind when I look into those eyes. She's thinking, after her whole life of housework, after a whole life of putting up with my rebellious daughter, after my whole life of working crap jobs, I'm at the age I'm finally at now, and I can finally get peace. I can relax. The world has granted me my respite. But now, my husband approaches me with a mission. You could even call it a burden, if you so please. He wants me to awaken from my slumber and track to the living room. Take these old, crusty bones of mine and somehow carry it to that room. Pick up that remote and somehow summon the strength to get blood flowing through to my fingers and press the button. To top it all off, he wants me to actually somehow get back to the bedroom. How could the world be so cruel to me? What did I do to deserve this?
Oh, Bruce.
Yes?
What the hell was that?
That there is how my wife will feel.
Are you living in some fantasy world? Is your head up in La La Land? Bruce, that was the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. This is about someone going into a room to pick up a remote. You're not crossing the 7 seas. You're not trekking across the country. You're not walking through fire. You're changing the channel on the television. Are you seriously going to dramatize something as mundane as that?
Did you not listen to what I said?
This is me talking from a person at our age.
This is our perspective.
What do you mean your age, Bruce? You guys aren't even that old. Sure, your looks are fading, but your bodies are still able and capable. Just look at your wife. She was playing tennis with Tegan the other day. I'm not going to sit here and say that she was some superstar running to each side of the court, but take a look at her. She's still fit. She can even run. You're going to tell me that person doesn't want to go pick up the remote for you?
Do you actually think that's what we're like in our everyday life? Of course we're going to try and put on an image for our children. We don't want them worrying. She's going to play tennis if it means people aren't going to worry about her. I'm telling you, that day she was completely out of it. She came home and she slept for the whole week. She didn't wake up once. I was tempted to call the ambulance.
What a load of bull. You are full of it. I don't know what your impression of me is, Bruce, but I am not stupid. I don't think many people are stupid enough to believe a story like this.
I don't think you're stupid. I just think you're incredibly inconsiderate. You're actually gonna force her to do something like this, aren't you?
I am not coming over there to pick up a remote control for you. You said so yourself. You were gonna go wake your wife up and get her to change the channel. You're being facetious right now.
Some son-in-law of mine. You're never gonna wake up and start doing your role, are you?
What exactly is my role, Bruce? What is it that you expect me to be doing?
I want you to care about the family a bit more. I want you to be doing more to help the people around you.
Okay, and you don't think that I do that enough already? Just the other day, I bought gifts for your grandchild. That was Tegan's sister's kid. Do you know how expensive those gifts were?
Don't talk to me about expense. That didn't come out of your pocket. We both know that. You can slap your name on it and say you were the one that bought it, but I see through your lies. My daughter bought that for him.
It just never ends with you, does it, Bruce? What do you have against me? I want you to admit it right now.
Admit what?
You know what? There's something that you don't like about me. And I want to know what it is right now. For the past 10 years of our marriage, I've been dealing with things like this. You've had a way of talking to me like I was a piece of crap. I need to know right now because I'm not going to put up with it any longer.
I've told you, didn't I? You don't do enough for the family. You don't go out of your way for us.
That right there is bull, and you know it. Spit it out, Bruce. Spell it out, and I might consider getting that remote for you.
You really want me to say it, don't you?
Yeah, come on. Don't bottle it up. Speak your mind.
Fine. I'll tell you what I've been thinking. I've been thinking that you're not an appropriate husband for my little girl. I'm thinking that you got a really lucky draw of the cards and you aren't even grateful for it. I think you're a little parasite that leeches off the people around you. And most of all, I don't think you're an actual man. I think you must have had some surgery to change genders or something, because the way you think and act is just way too soft.
So there it is. It all comes out. You really did have something against me, didn't you? This has nothing to do about you being too tired to pick up the remote. This is about you hating me.
Yes, I hate you. I hate the fact that you're married to my daughter. I hate the fact that I even know someone like you exists.
Well, let me give you a newsflash, Bruce. At the end of the day, I am married to your daughter. At the end of the day, she chose me. At the end of the day, I am your son-in-law. And you're gonna give me the proper respect that I deserve.
What world do you live in, Tim? You don't just get respect. You have to earn it. You've done nothing to earn it.
I've already done errands for you in the past. I gave your grandson's present. I mean, heck, I could have given you a whole list of things that I've done for you. What else do you want?
Well, in terms of actual assistance, you're losing the race, I'm afraid. How about I talk to you about the husbands of one of my other daughters? There's one guy who's in IT. He's been studying it since he was 12 years old. He is the most capable IT specialist in his industry. My daughter tells me that he is in work mode 24/7. He has a dream. He wants to create something for his family. Not only that, but he wants to respect his family and do things for them. Just the other day, he came over here to mow my lawn. Every time he took a break, I asked him if he wanted a drink of some alcohol or something. Do you know what he said to me? He said water will do, and he pulled out his laptop and started working again. This is on his break, mind you.
I don't see what this has to do with anything.
Okay, so he mowed your lawn. Do you want me to come over and start mowing lawns now? It'd be a fantastic start, to be honest. But don't you see something very unique and different about this man? Don't you see something that separates him from you?
Well, he sounds like someone who threw away his humanity just to work.
This person is driven. He wants to do something. He wants to be productive. Those are very admirable qualities. I was gonna do the exact same thing when I was his age, but then life has its funny way of doing things. My wife comes down with a child when we were very young. I had to change my dreams to raising them to be the best that they can be. Now I have 3 great girls. I expect them to have 3 great men by their side.
So you're assuming right now that I'm not a great man? You're assuming that I'm just some piece of crap, aren't you?
Well, let's take a look at who you are. Let's take a look at the situation over there. You do absolutely nothing. You took the crown off and you put it onto my daughter instead. You made her go out there and work. She's the one bringing in the dough. This is something that you told her to do. You told her that she had to go work in a company and be in that masculine environment. I didn't raise her to be that way, but now you've changed her. What? So what do you do in the marriage? I'll tell you what you do. You sit home all day. You pretend to be there cleaning and managing everything. But we all know what you get up to. You sit there lounging about doing nothing. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised that you actually bring women into that house.
That's a load of crap, Bruce. How dare you insinuate something like that? You have got no idea who I am. You're making assumptions right now.
Well, hey, it's not a possibility, huh? I mean, I know any young woman would see the size of that place and be impressed. While my daughter is out there pretending to be someone who she's not meant to be, you're at home bringing a different woman in every day.
This is the most delusional thing I have ever heard. That's really what you think, isn't it, Bruce?
You're damn straight that's what I think.
You don't even have proof. For whatever reason, you have something out for me, and all you can do is see me in a bad light. You're just making assumptions of the things that I do. You don't actually know what I'm doing here. You don't even know why her and I made this decision in the first place. This is something between us, and we agreed upon it. It's got nothing to do with you, Bruce.
No, it has everything to do with me. I don't care if that little girl is 60 years old. I am still gonna be there to protect her. I'm not gonna let some stoner like you destroy her.
Alright, so now I'm a stoner, am I? What's gonna be next, Bruce? I'm the leader of a mafia, maybe? I'm a convict on the run? Oh wait, I'm sorry, I don't want to put any ideas into your head. You probably just want to let your fantasies run wild. Go on, have fun vilifying me.
So, the man admits it himself. Even you know you're a piece of crap.
Get over yourself, Bruce. I am sick of listening to this. You can go get that remote and shove it up your crusty hole. I don't have time to drive over there, and I don't have time to talk with you.
Oh, really? You don't have time, do you? Let me guess, you got a new girl coming over. You don't want her to find out that you have a father-in-law. Sneaky, sneaky. If you have time to do things behind your wife's back, you have time to get to know your family a lot more. You get over here and you can do two things. One, you can change that channel for me. And two, you can apologize to me for the way that you've been talking.
Get real, Bruce. I don't care if you're my father-in-law. I'm not gonna put up with this any longer. You can keep spamming my phone with whatever fantasies you want. I am not talking to you. You and I are done.
Hey, honey. Sorry I'm replying to you so late. I'm gonna be home as soon as possible. I know that you wanted to spend some time together today, but I had to do a lot of stuff with my girls. I'm working really hard throughout the week, and I really just want to take it easy. You're not gonna get mad at me, are you?
Of course I'm not gonna get mad. I know you're not doing the wrong thing. Everyone needs some downtime, and the way that you want to spend that is up to you. It's not really my thing, but if going on a shopping spree is how you can release all that pent-up stress, then I'm not gonna stop you.
Oh, you're such an understanding guy. After all these years, you never stop supporting me, do you?
Come on, baby, we're a team. Your mental condition is important to me. Everything we do is for each other.
So you're not mad that we're not going to be able to spend time today?
I am a little bit, but it is what it is. I did put aside today to spend time with you, but I can find other ways to utilize it. There's still a lot of things that I need to do.
I'm sorry. We don't get to hang out a lot recently, do we? Both of us are really preoccupied. I'll promise you there will be a time where we do something together.
Tegan, it's all right. Honestly, our relationship has evolved from being that lovey-dovey 24/7 together type of thing. I think we're a lot more mature now, and we don't need to spend as much time with each other. Let's just focus on the quality time instead of the quantity.
Thanks, honey. I'm so glad that I chose you over all those weirdos that Dad was introducing.
Really? You're not having any regrets? You told me that they were very handsome.
Well, that's true, but let's face the facts. You only wake up to a pretty face once a day, right? It's not that big of a deal. I care about our communication and working together.
I'm glad we're on the same page then.
Well, look, you just continue having fun with your friends. I've got some important things I need to do. Don't disturb me when you get back. I'm gonna keep the door closed.
Ooh, wait, hold on. There's something I totally forgot to tell you. Oh, that was a close one.
What's going on?
I know this is really late notice, but my family is coming there tonight. They're expecting a dinner. Do you have enough time to prepare something?
Well, that one is really cutting it short, isn't it? I can get the dinner down, but what time are you gonna get here?
Well, they're gonna come there at 7, and I think I'm gonna be there around 9 o'clock. So if you can play host, that would be great.
So you're telling me that I'm gonna be on my own? It's just gonna be me, your dad, and your mom?
Well, actually, it's not just those guys. My little sister Lucy is coming as well. She's gonna be bringing her husband. Do you remember the IT guy?
This is just perfect. I wonder who else is gonna come. Maybe Gordon Ramsay can make an appearance and insult my food as well?
Honey, what is going on? What's with this negative attitude?
I just wish you told me about this earlier. I wasn't prepared for this imminent catastrophe.
A catastrophe? What are you talking about? You don't think you can get the dinner prepared? If that's the case, just buy takeaway.
No, it's got nothing to do with the dinner. It's got to do with the company. Look, I didn't tell you this, but your father and I were having a fight about a month ago.
You guys were fighting?
Yeah, we were. I mean, this isn't the first time that I've told you that your father and I have had our differences, but last month was pretty big. Your father finally told me how he really felt about me.
Oh no, this doesn't sound good. Did you guys make up after that? I mean, it's been a whole month.
We haven't talked since. Actually, you know what? Let me check my phone. Yep, so I just opened my messages with him, and he's been sending me a new insult every day, including today. In this message, he's telling me to get the hell out of this house before they come there.
Oh my god, this is horrible! What is going on with you guys? Why is it that hard to get along? Can you just be a bit nicer to my dad and maybe things will start to get better?
Do you have any idea how bad this is? Of course I've been nice to your dad. I've tried that little tactic and it doesn't work with him. Do I honestly have to put up with these guys today? Oh, can't you come home?
Well, I can't really, to be honest. The girls and I just made an appointment at the nail salon. It's gonna take some time.
Awesome. I guess today is just gonna be another big headache on top of all the other headaches I have.
Just what went on with you and my dad anyway?
It's pretty bad. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some fists start flying today.
Are you serious right now? Is it really that bad?
I mean, just face the facts. I've been ignoring his messages for like a month now. That's not gonna make anyone happy. Your dad seems to think that I'm not an appropriate husband for you. He's comparing me to that IT guy, and he thinks I'm a piece of crap that doesn't do anything.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
Yeah, and because of that, he has a completely biased view of me. Doesn't matter what I do for everyone. I mean, I brought your niece's birthday present, didn't I? He totally disregarded that. Anything I do, he just doesn't seem to care. He just keeps thinking that it's my job to do that. I mean, the last time that we had an argument, he wanted me to drive all the way to his house to change the channel for him.
Oh no, I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Not this again.
What do you mean, not this again? You're telling me that he's acted this way before?
He has, and I'm really sorry you have to be experiencing this.
Well, this is a great time to be telling me, isn't it? We're only 10 years into marriage, Tegan. So why exactly is your dad acting in this way?
Look, Tim, you have to understand that my dad is a really special person. He hasn't had the easiest life. I mean, he grew up as an orphan. The environment he was in wasn't the healthiest. He's grown up with a lot of problems. The fact that he even managed to get a job is amazing to me.
Okay, I understand that he probably had a very rough life, but at the same time, does it mean I have to accept the treatment that he's giving me? I don't think it excuses it.
No, you're totally right. It doesn't. What he's doing right now is absolutely pathetic. But I'm just telling you now because of his hard life. He didn't want his children to have anything like that. He wanted them to grow up and be prosperous and protected from the world. At least that's what he wanted in the end.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, he originally wanted some boys. Instead, he ended up with 3 girls. He had to have a change of plan, and his life purpose was to protect us now. He wanted to make sure that we turned into proper ladies, and we found someone that he could offload us to. The way he's acting right now is the way he's been acting my whole life.
What is that supposed to mean? He still thinks he has to protect you from the world or something like that?
You're not the first boyfriend that he's harassed. He does it to all of my sisters. Every guy has to go through the ringer.
What are you telling me right now? He's got some weird screwed up selection process for his daughters? He sounds like a tyrant.
He is really excessive, I'll admit that much.
Are your sisters even happy about this? I mean, how many boyfriends did you have to have before he would finally accept them?
I'm telling you now, there were a lot of candidates. There are a lot of people that my sisters really like, but he rejected them, scared them away. They figured that if they had to marry my sisters and put up with this guy for the rest of her life, it wasn't worth it. My sister is with that IT guy right now, but whenever I talk with her, she doesn't seem too keen on him. She seems really unhappy in her marriage.
Well, I can imagine. I've only met him a few times, but he's pretty much a mute. He doesn't talk to anyone. I'm pretty sure his head is just filled with IT stuff.
Yeah, well, thankfully that's exactly the type of guy that my dad wanted. Just some robot that is focused on work and is going to create the capital to be able to support his daughter. That's all he cares about.
This is just so funny. I mean, that guy doesn't give his wife any emotional support. He barely talks to her at the gatherings that we have. You can tell something is really wrong with her.
So you've been noticing her too, haven't you? It's only my dad that doesn't see it.
Well, how does your mom feel about this?
My mom has relinquished any sort of power in her marriage. She lets my dad rule the roost. Even if she disagrees with him, she just stays silent.
I'm sorry, Tegan. Can you not hear how screwed up this is? I mean, you guys are just going to let him get away with this forever? You don't need him to dictate how you live your life.
You're 100% right about that. I don't care what he has to say. After going through 20 boyfriends that didn't make the cut, I finally decided to put my foot down. When I found you, and I realized how much of an amazing guy you are, I wasn't gonna give you up for anything. You're gonna be the guy I'm married to, no matter what he thought. I argued with him and argued with him. He kept threatening me that I was going to be banished from the family. He said he wouldn't do anything to help me. In his eyes, I was no longer going to be his daughter. I knew they were all lies. I knew deep down inside that he loves his daughters. He would never do something like that to me. So I went through and I married you. To this day, he still contacts me.
What a peculiar guy. It sounds like he comes straight out of a movie. While all of this is good to know, it doesn't change the fact that I've got to deal with him tonight.
Don't take it too personally. Just remember that everyone has to put up with this.
Well, you know what a quick solution to this would be, wouldn't you, Tegan?
What are you talking about?
We can just tell him. We can tell him the truth.
No, that's impossible. We can't do that.
Why not? You still haven't told me why. If we just tell him, he'll finally be respectful towards me. It's gonna fix everything.
We just can't. There has to be a different way. I'm sorry. Just accept that, please.
Are you kidding me right now? So you're actually suggesting that I just sit here and put up with more abuse? I've got to be honest, Tegan. I don't know if I'm up to the challenge. I might be like the other guys and walk out. I was thinking about cooking dinner, but I'll just make the takeaway, put it on the table for them, and go to bed. I don't want anything to do with him.
If you do that, you're only going to look less worthy in his eyes. That's not a good solution.
But what else do you expect me to do? Am I meant to be sitting at that dinner table being called a piece of crap the whole night? Sorry, but if you ever think about how it feels in my position, you don't understand.
All he's doing right now is testing your spirit. He's testing how much of a man you are and how much you can take over time. He's going to start lightening up. The more he sees that you're someone that is capable and worthy of being with me, that's when he'll ease up and you guys can get along with each other.
Tegan, what you're imagining right now is just a fantasy land. It's been 10 years since you and I have been married. He's had enough time to see my character. It's not gonna work, trust me.
Well, how about this? You guys need a little bit of bonding time.
Alright, bonding time. Fantastic. More time getting abused by him. That's a great solution, Tegan. You should be a family counselor.
Oh, hey, come on. This is actually a good idea. I mean, think about it. It's a time for you to show your true colors, and it's a time for him to teach you something. If you do something that he enjoys and is knowledgeable on, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to get along in no time.
You want me to do something that he is knowledgeable in? All I can see is him looking down on me for not knowing what he does.
I mean, yeah, of course he's going to do that at first, but just watch him. I can see him just lightening up a little bit by bit. He'll naturally start to enjoy himself. You might be surprised. You could even have a bit of fun yourself.
Okay, so what exactly do you think I should do? I don't even know what the guy is interested in. So far, all I know is that he likes watching the news and insulting the newscasters. I guess I can go over to his house and watch TV with him, make fun of some poor girl and call her a pig.
Well, obviously that's a horrible idea. But you know what? Remember when we were younger? Remember when you said you wanted to take me out and enjoy the town your way? You took me out to a place that no one has ever shown me before.
I think I remember. You're talking about Lake Crystal, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Lake Crystal. I know a way that you two can get along.
Hey, boy. Boy. Boy, you better pick up that phone right now. We had a discussion last night about you ignoring my messages, didn't we? If you ever ignore me again, you can think twice about seeing my daughter.
Bruce, I'm sorry. I was doing some stuff. I'm not ignoring you. Besides, you didn't even give me a minute to pick up my phone. Do you just expect me to reply within 2 seconds or something?
When you're as important as I am, of course I do. Anyway, I've got a task here. I need you to hurry up and get here.
You want me to hurry up and get there? What exactly are you expecting me to do? If this is about the remote again, I'm not going to be having this discussion. You can ask your wife or you can ask Tegan.
I am not asking either of them to do anything. You know my wife and the life that she's had. I'm not going to stress out my daughter. She's already had a lot on her plate. I need her to get the rest. The only person that can do this is you.
Pick up the remote yourself. Bruce, I am not doing it.
This isn't about the damn remote. Just shut up and listen for a second. That stuff you cooked last night wasn't too bad. It seems day by day you're turning more and more into a woman, aren't you? I could have sworn that was something that my wife used to cook when she was younger.
Well, yeah, I guess staying at home all day doing nothing like you say has its perks. I'm not such a bad cook.
Yeah, well, that's as far as my compliments go. I need you to come here and cook it for me again. I'm starving. I need something to eat.
Are you kidding me, Bruce? It's gonna take hours for me to get there. That's a stupid idea. Just go find something else. Maybe order in some Uber Eats?
What did you say?
Uber Eats?
That sounds like some ridiculous Mexican restaurant or something. I'm not gonna eat that. I don't care how much time it takes. I want you to cook what you cooked yesterday. That's the only thing I'm gonna be eating.
Are you kidding me right now? It was just a simple pasta. It's not that hard to make. If you really want to eat it, just look up online for the recipe. Anyone can make that thing.
I'm not gonna subjugate myself by touching a cooking utensil. I haven't touched a pan in years. Look, you can come over here and cook it, or you can get the hell out of that house. I know my daughter is the one paying for the upkeep there. Don't think I don't have any influence over her. If I really wanted her to kick you out, I could get her to do it.
You know what, Bruce? I'm getting really sick of the way we're talking to each other. Aren't you sick of this?
Of course I am. Do you think I enjoy having a pathetic son like you? I work too hard to be putting up with a lazy bum that sits all day in his home. I am not enjoying this one bit.
Of course you're not. I'm not enjoying this either. I mean, that dinner last night was horrible. I don't want to have that experience again.
It doesn't feel good being surrounded by people that are better than you, does it? I'm really glad the IT husband that my daughter married was there. You need to see an example of the type of person you should be. I hope you're taking notes.
What was there to take notes on? The guy looked at his plate all night and he didn't speak.
His achievements speak for themselves. That's why he doesn't need to open his mouth and talk himself up. His money does the talking. Take a look at my little girl there. She's so happy. She kept talking about how secure she was and that she was going to put that kid through top-tier education. Oh, I am so proud of her. That's exactly what I want for Tegan. Now, let me tell you this. Are you going to be able to provide that for her? Are you going to give her the best life that she could live?
Your concept of love is distorted, Bruce. It's not all about the finances. You can sit there and talk up the IT guy as much as you want, but let's face it, you're not seriously telling me that your daughter is truly happy being with him? I'd be surprised if that guy woke up in the morning and said good morning to her.
You're still looking at relationships like you're in high school. Do you really think it's all sunshine and roses and you guys have to have a fun, romantic conversation every day? It's not about that. It's about trust and reliance. Now, I look at that guy and I can tell that he is capable of both. I'm telling you now, when you bring my daughter down to the slums because you're not willing to work, all of that sweet talk and romance is gonna be for nothing. She's gonna leave you the moment she realizes you're a bum.
You know what, Bruce? I seriously doubt you understand how your daughter really feels. Anyway, look, I am sick of the way we're talking to each other. I get it. You have some things against me. I'm gonna put aside the next weekend for a time for us to sort this out.
Oh, I see where this is going. You want to actually duke it out, don't you? That's fine. It's been a while since I put on the gloves.
That's the complete opposite of what I'm talking about. That's not reconciliation, that's escalation. You and I are going for a drive.
All right, we're going for a drive, are we? Just so you know, I'm too old to drive. I'm not sure if I can trust a soft lady like yourself behind the wheel either.
I've been driving ever since I was a teenager, Bruce, so you've got nothing to worry about.
Okay, so what? You expect me to sit in a car with you and look at the sights? I'm gonna have to pass up on that. I actually value my time. I'm not gonna subject myself to hang out with a wimp.
Don't sit there and act like you've got better things to do. Every day I get a new threat or insult from you. Just face it, Bruce. You've got nothing to do with your life. You know what? If you want to insult me that much, you may as well do it within my company.
You do have a point there. You really are a weird one, aren't you? I mean, what type of masochist wants to sit in a car getting insulted all day?
That's not all we're gonna do. We're gonna have to drive a little bit, but I have an activity in mind.
Okay, and what is it that you want to do?
You and I are going to Lake Crystal.
Okay, we're going to go to a lake? Exactly why are we doing that?
Well, let's just say that I've had a little bit of a nurtured childhood. My dad never took me out fishing. From what Tegan tells me, that's a little pastime that you indulged in when you were younger. I've brought both of us some good new rods, and I intend for you to teach me how to cast a line.
Well, isn't this interesting? You chose something right up my alleyway. What are you playing at here? I can hardly believe this is something that you want to actually do.
There are two things that I want to do, Bruce. I want to get better at fishing, and I want to get close to my father-in-law. If we don't get along with each other after this, then I have to conclude that there is no help for us. It's better if we don't talk to each other.
The best solution is for you to just leave my daughter.
You know what? If you do this one thing for me, I might consider it. Just like all the other guys that have come before me. I don't know if I could live the rest of my life under this much heat from you.
Fishing with my son-in-law. It's not a bad idea. You know what? I'll take you up on your offer. Let's go fishing then.
Are you serious? I'm gonna take that as a yes then.
Yeah, let me show you how it's done. It's about time someone taught you how to be a man. This will be a good opportunity to see how you drive. If you're not up to my standards, I don't want my daughter to get into the car with you.
Hey, Bruce, it took me a while, but I'm starting to get everything set up here. Thanks for telling me how everything works. You said that you're going back to the car to pick up something, right? I heard the car engine start running. Is everything okay?
Don't worry, everything's just fine. I realize that we don't have any drinks and that I should probably get something. I'm going to go to the nearest stop that we passed.
Okay, are you sure you can do that on your own? You haven't been out here before, right?
Come on, do you think I'm that slow at my old age? I remember all the landmarks that we passed on the way here. I'll be able to find it just fine.
Okay, fair enough. Well, if you're going, please get me a soda. I don't usually drink that stuff, but I guess it's okay to treat myself to it every now and then, especially for a day like this. So, what do you think about everything so far? It's a pretty good location, right?
It's not bad. Kind of stinks if you ask me.
That's fair enough, but I'm really happy that we're doing this. I mean, we chose a great day for it as well. The sun is out, we're in nature, and I'm really hoping that we can start getting along from this point on, Bruce.
Well, that all depends on how much fish you catch out there. I know a guy like you has no sense for this type of thing. I won't be surprised if I get back there and you're already packing up.
Well, you don't know a lot about me then, do you, Bruce? I'm more persistent than you think. Don't worry, I'll be filling up this bucket that we brought by the time that you get back. In fact, I don't even know if we got a big enough bucket. I plan on catching one of the big ones.
Yeah, we'll see about that. It's not as easy as you think.
Anyway, I'm gonna wait for you to get back here. And I just want to say thanks again for doing this. I hope we can put our differences aside from today.
We'll see about that.
Bruce, I'm starting to get worried. Are you sure you're fine looking for that pit stop on your own? It shouldn't have taken this long to get the drinks. Are you lost or something? Get back to me as soon as you can. By the way, I've caught 5 fish already. This is a lot more fun than I thought. You better get back here so that we can have a little bit of competition with each other. Bruce, if this isn't funny, what's going on? I need you to respond to me straight away. Are you in an accident or something? At least send me a message telling me that you're okay. Tegan is having an issue getting through to you as well. Okay, Bruce, I am not playing around here. What the hell are you doing right now? I want you to reply to me straight away.
Oh, well. Would you look at that? My bad, Tim. It looks like I accidentally turned my phone off.
How could you accidentally turn your phone off? Just what exactly have you been doing this whole time? Don't you know that I've been here all day on my own?
You certainly have. My bad.
Okay, well, where are you? Did you get those drinks? I don't think we have much time to fish together today. It's starting to get dark. If you don't get back here before dawn, I'm gonna be here all alone in the darkness. Where are you?
Well, look, maybe I'm losing a little bit of my mental capacities. I might have gotten a little bit lost and accidentally drove all the way home.
What do you mean you got lost and drove home? That's actually more impressive than buying the drinks. You're kidding me right now, aren't you?
No, I'm serious. I honestly couldn't find any pit stop. I was driving around for ages looking at every corner. This isn't my area. You know I'm not familiar with it.
What? You told me that you were able to look for landmarks before, didn't you?
Maybe I overestimated my abilities. I am getting older after all. Anyway, now that I'm all the way home, I don't know if I can come and pick you up. My eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm not sure if I can drive at night, especially in that area. I noticed that there were no lights.
Bruce, are you trying to rile me up or something?
What are you talking about? This was just a simple mistake of an old man. You know, we should blame you for this. You shouldn't have had me behind the wheel. You should have told me to come back straight away.
Bruce, enough with the games. You intentionally left me here on my own, didn't you? We drove all the way out to this lake and you sought to abandon me here.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Tim, this was meant to be a good exercise for us to both get along with each other. How dare you accuse me of something like that? Did you actually design today so that we would start fighting again? That's such a waste of our time. I thought you wanted to get along with me.
Don't lie to me, Bruce. You've abandoned me. You want me to stay in this lake all night on my own. That's what's going on right now, isn't it?
Do you think an old, humble man like myself would do something like that? In your dreams, little boy.
Enough of that. I am not a boy. I'm a 30-year-old man. You can stop putting me down. I don't care what you think about me. I am not going to take that disrespect. How can you do this, Bruce? We were meant to be getting along with each other today. Are you telling me that you had no intentions of us bonding?
Of course I didn't. Thank you for setting up this day again, though. I've been planning to do something like this for a while, but to think you actually gave me the opportunity yourself. When you told me about that fishing trip the other day, I was quite delighted to hear it. I was trying to figure out a way I could get you out into the wilderness on your own.
You sad, pathetic man. I can't believe you would do this to me, no matter how much you hate me. What if something happens to me? What if something dangerous comes and I have to defend myself?
Well, looking at a place like that, I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Hopefully, there's a couple of bears lurking in that area. I researched this Lake Crystal of yours, and apparently there's a lot of wildlife running around there. I wonder if the bears start getting sick of fish and want human instead. That would be a happy ending for me.
You're actually intending for me to die out here? Is this really how much you hate me? Does it really have to come to this, Bruce?
Of course it does. There's just no getting through to you. You don't listen to me. You're stubborn. You're lazy. You leave all the work to my daughter, and you don't do anything yourself. You can talk to me about how much of a great guy you are and how good your personality is and whatever, but I am not listening to it. What I care about is results. You're just not a man that can produce results. You're gonna stay at that Lake Crystal, and you're gonna die there. You're finally going to release my daughter from your clutches, and she can find a proper husband for once. Thanks for taking me out fishing today, though. I would say it was nice knowing you, Tim, but it really wasn't.
You old fool. You actually think that I'm gonna stay out here and die? You didn't think I had a plan B?
What are you talking about right now?
Come on, I knew when you went to get those drinks something was up. You don't just take my car without asking me. I got in contact with Tegan straight away. She knows exactly where I am and what you're doing.
What are you talking about right now?
I'm saying that she's gonna come pick me up. I said there was a chance that you were being disingenuous and that maybe you got lost. Maybe you would come back and we'd be able to fish together. If so, she'd be able to join us for the ride. After that, we could get some dinner in the local area. That's if things were going the way that I wanted them to. But they're turning out to be the exact opposite. You're leaving me out here to die.
That stupid, stupid girl. How could she do this? I don't know what she sees in you. Why does she keep going out of her way for you? Can't she realize that she's capable of way more than that? Can't she realize that she doesn't need to stick around with you? You've taken your brainwashing way too far, Tim. Do you even realize how much she has to do?
She is my wife. I know everything that she has to do.
No, you don't. Do you think that she's only paying for the rent at your household? She's been giving me her money as well. She's been paying for our rent and utilities. She's a good girl that takes care of everyone. The reality is that it should be you taking care of us. It should be you paying the rent for that house. You're never gonna be that type of man. You're always gonna be some bum that sits at home doing nothing.
If that's what you think about me, I'm not gonna do anything to change your mind. Anyway, I can see Tegan pulling up right now. I'm gonna talk to her and tell her about the situation.
Go on then. Run to your wife like a little child. Get her to come sort me out. This doesn't make any sense. What is going on right now? How come I'm the one being evicted from my own house? Why is everyone against me? I'm the only one that cares about everyone in this family. I've worked so hard to bring everyone to the places they are.
You get what you deserve, Bruce. You should have seen this coming a mile away.
What do you mean?
You've ticked off everyone in this family. There's not one person that's happy with you, especially after what you did to me at that lake.
All I was doing was what was necessary. My daughter deserves someone better than you. You're not worthy of being with her.
You clearly have the wrong idea about me. Do you actually think that Tegan has been the one paying for the rent here in that house?
Of course she has. She sends me money through her bank account. It's got her name on it. It doesn't have your name there.
Let me ask you a question, Bruce. Is she the only one that's been paying for your rent?
Of course she's not. She would have to pay a tremendous amount of money if that was the case. It would be really a big burden on her. All of my children are supporting me. Every single one of them is giving me money, including their husbands.
What if I told you that the only person that's been supporting you has been me?
What did you just say?
That's right. I'm the only one that's been taking care of everyone. Not Tegan, not you, but me.
What's that supposed to mean? I am not gonna believe that.
Do you know what I get up to when I'm sitting here at home all day? Do you actually think I'm just there watching TV and doing a little bit of cleaning? Come on, is that really the impression that you got of me?
Well, it makes a lot of sense, to be honest. What else is there for you to do? You don't work. You don't have a business. You're a loafer.
I am an online entrepreneur.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
That's right. I do my work online. You see, in this day and age, a lot of things can be achieved digitally. When I was a very young man, I started my own company. I built it up bit by bit, and then technology started to become a more viable way of working. From that point on, I've been doing everything online. I've been managing my teams and their operations. It's grown into a very successful company now.
What a load of crap. This is unbelievable. A guy like you owning his own company? Everyone knows that if you have your own company, you should be going in there and showing your face to everyone. That's a true worker right there.
That's an inefficient worker. You see, even the time it takes to drive into the company is time that could be spent making more money. All I have to do is open my eyes in the morning and open the laptop that's next to my bed. I can start working from that point on. When I'm finished working, I don't need to drive home. I can just fall asleep right there. Obviously, there's a lot more I do than work. I take care of the house and shower and whatnot. But in terms of actual time working, this is the most efficient.
What the heck? You're actually being serious with me right now? If that's the case, what are you doing with my daughter? Why are you putting her into work?
That was her decision.
What do you mean?
I didn't really understand why she was doing it at first, but she finally told me everything.
She was hiding a secret from you?
I told her that I was going to tell you the truth about what I do. She said that she might as well fess up as to why she wasn't allowed to tell you what I did. The truth is, apart from me, the husband that your daughters have married aren't exactly the best of characters.
What do you mean by that? They're fantastic men. I've met them. I know who they are.
Do you actually know who they are? Or do you only know the face that they're giving you? Let's take a look at that IT guy, for one. You think he's so great because he works all the time and doesn't give any attention to his wife? Don't you think there's a reason why he's working so hard?
Maybe he wants to build his own empire or something. Open up an IT company himself. I'm not sure, but he's driven to do something. It's the only reason why he'd be working that much.
The truth is, that guy is a game addict. He loves mobile games.
What did you just say?
Yeah, he loves playing on his phone. With the way mobile games are now, they can be really addictive. And the only way you can win is if you pay for it. He has got so many apps stored on his phone, and he's paying into the thousands every month for them. Of course, to fund his addiction, he has to work harder. So all of his time is spent playing video games and working. He doesn't have time for his wife or talking with people, for that matter.
That's insane. Is that actually what he's been doing?
And then there's your other daughter, her husband. That guy is actually a failed musician.
What do you mean, a failed musician? He's on YouTube and he's earning money for his stuff, right?
Did you even check the views he's got on YouTube? He's not exactly popular. He doesn't earn nearly enough to fund his household, let alone give you money, for that matter.
So what you're telling me is that you're funding these households, right? You're also the one that's been giving me money for my rent?
That's exactly what I've been doing.
Why would Tegan hide something like this?
Well, for your daughter that's married to the IT guy, she's had enough of losing a partner because you can't accept them. She's accepted the guy for the way he is, and she's just trying to move on. They also have a child, so she can't exactly leave. As for the other one, she truly loves the guy, even if he's a failed musician. She wants to keep him, even if you would disagree with his lifestyle. Tegan did this to help her sisters. And if I'm being honest, we aren't even really burning a hole in our pocket by helping them.
Are you trying to tell me that you earn that much money?
I sure do. Putting Tegan's salary on top of the money that I earn from my business, we earn quite a bit of money. The thing is, we aren't really that materialistic. And so, with whatever excess we have, we've put it into stocks. With a lot of hard work, we've managed to achieve some level of passive income. In fact, we've earned so much that we've been able to move on to stage 2 of our plan.
This was all planned? You actually wanted all of this to happen?
Of course I did. Successful people all have a plan. None of this happens by chance.
What are you going to do exactly?
You'll see. You'll be having this discussion with your wife soon enough. The plan that Tegan and I devised was to save everyone. All of her sisters and their husbands will get a house. They wouldn't have to pay rent anymore. We were also going to give her mother a house. In reality, she's been the backbone of this family, and she has been working very hard for everyone. She deserves some sort of respite. After getting to know her mother a lot more, she's actually really sick of Bruce. She's been putting up with him for her whole life. She's been looking for a way to get rid of him. Finally, pulling a stunt like he did at Crystal Lake, everyone decided that they wanted nothing to do with him. He was forced to get a divorce, and now he's out there on his own. No one stays in contact with him, but from what I've heard, he's gone back into labor. He's lifting heavy parts around a factory with his bare hands, just like he used to when he was younger. I really wonder if he's gonna learn his lesson after that. He is a stubborn man after all. We calculated how much we've paid for rent over the years and told him to pay it back to us. If he can scrounge up $100,000, we will let him back into the family. All I can say is good luck. As for Tegan and I, we can finally start the next phase of our lives. Now that everyone is set up and living blissfully, we've decided that we want to have some children. I'm really excited for what's going to happen from this point on. With Bruce out of the way, all I have are good and healthy-minded people in my life. I'm sure we can create a nurturing environment for our kids to grow up in. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
Hey, Marty, I was just thinking about you, and I thought I'd shoot you a message.
Oh, hey Mike. That's so weird. I was just thinking about you too. Must be that Taylor family magic at work again. You know, whenever I meet new people, one of the first things I tell them is about how the men of our family all have a sixth sense. And no one ever believes me. People are so boring these days.
Oh, you know what? I do that too.
I honestly think that it's the fact that we're claiming that the magic runs on the male side of our family that people won't believe us. I think that if it was a tradition passed down among the women, people would take us more seriously. Don't you agree? Absolutely. People are so prejudiced. Anyway, I'm glad you texted me because I was wondering if you wanted to go for a game of golf or something with me this weekend. I've been wanting to go for a while, but I haven't had time. Are you free this weekend?
Oh, actually, I am. I never have time for golf either these days, but it would be nice to meet up this weekend for a round. Besides, I haven't seen my little brother in months. We're definitely due a catch-up.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Some exercise, some fresh air, and an afternoon with my big brother Mikey is just what the doctor ordered. Maybe after, there'll be time for a quick beer in the clubhouse.
There will be time for a beer afterwards. We'll make sure that there is time. How are you and Caroline getting along these days? No arguments recently?
No, actually, we've been doing much better. Since Joanna moved out, we've had much less to argue about. But I can tell you about that while we're playing golf. You didn't text me just to talk about my marriage, right? And I'm guessing you didn't plan to invite me for a game of golf either. So, what did you want to talk about?
Wow, I thought you were never gonna ask.
Hey, we all know I talk way too much. It's always been this way, and you know me well enough that you should be able to just cut me off if I'm rabbiting, right?
Right. It was actually about Dad. I had this really vivid dream about him last night.
Oh, really? Was it a good dream?
Yeah, it was nice. Dad and I were playing catch in the backyard just like we used to, except I was grown up. And we were having a really nice long chat about our memories of our childhood and everything. And Dad was super happy, cracking jokes and telling hilarious stories. It was a great dream. It was so bittersweet to wake up afterwards, because I really wanted to go straight back to sleep and continue to dream.
That sounds really nice. I'm glad Dad was happy in your dream.
Yeah, I really feel like he was there last night. I'm sure you know what I mean. But there was one story he was telling me that I think I had totally forgotten before last night. So now I'm wondering if you remember it.
Okay, if you don't remember it, I'm surprised you think I would. You're older than me, so I bet you remember a lot more than I do about our childhood, right?
I would have thought so too, but now I'm not so sure. Memories are weird things, aren't they? Anyway, according to the story Dad told me in my dream, you were about 7 or 8 years old, so I must have been about 11, and the three of us were all playing baseball in the yard, and Dad hit the ball over into Mr. and Mrs. Pullman's yard.
Well, that definitely happened. At least I remember a few times the ball went over the fence, but I don't know who hit it.
Yeah, so I guess Dad hit the ball, but he was too embarrassed to go and ask for it back, so he made us go. So then you and I went around there and snuck into their yard to get the ball back. But Mrs. Pullman caught us and started yelling that we were stepping on her flowers or something. And Dad said he was watching from the other side of the fence and laughing at us the whole time. Apparently it was really hilarious because you said something like, "Oh my God, Mrs. P, they're only flowers. Why don't you just take a chill pill, man?" And she was so mad that she started shouting about how you were a rude, insolent boy, and if we ever came into her yard without permission again, she was gonna call the cops.
Yeah, dude, she was so mad whenever she caught us in her yard. I can't believe you remember that.
I definitely remember Mr. and Mrs. Pullman. They were always so grumpy, yelling at us and telling us to keep off their property. I just don't remember you talking back to her like that.
Well, there was at least one time that I told her where to stick it. She was so mean, but I didn't know Dad was watching the whole time. Why didn't he speak up for us? Actually, that kind of reminds me of how I sometimes used to watch Joanna doing random stuff, like walking to school and stuff like that. When you're a parent, I think it's interesting to watch how your kids behave when you're not around. Haven't you ever done that with Frankie?
I don't think so. Frankie's always been so clingy. I think if I was around, I was usually with them and making sure that they were okay.
Right, Frankie was different like that.
you probably wouldn't feel comfortable spying on them in case they spotted you and freaked out. But they're so much more confident these days, don't you think? You've done an amazing job with her, especially since you've done it all by yourself. We've both had our work cut out where parenting is concerned, right? Sometimes when I think about it these days, I can't believe the kind of trouble Joanna used to be when she was a baby. Like, remember how small she was when she was born? I could hold her in one hand. Even my father-in-law was worried about her, and it took a lot to bother him. He was such a manly man, you know? Totally afraid of showing any kind of emotion about anything. But those first few weeks after Joanna was born, when we didn't know if she would make it through, that definitely affected him. I still think Joanna's actually the only person I ever saw him worry about. She might even be the only person he really cared for, because I know he never showed any affection to Caroline. Don't you think he loved his daughter as much as he loved his granddaughter, really? Maybe he just didn't show it as much. If he did, he didn't show it at all, and he was just plain mean to me the whole time I knew him. Yeah, I remember that. I honestly don't know how you stood for it. That guy was so rude to you every single breath he took, and you're not the kind of person who will just stand by and let someone bully them, right? I mean, look at Mrs. Pullman. She was just trying to protect her precious flowers, and you totally roasted her. I know, I kept having to tell myself that it was for Caroline. I was only putting up with it for her sake at first, and then after Joanna was born, it was for both of them. And it was totally worth it. We hated each other at first, and Caroline's dad even tried punching me in the face and threatening me with a baseball bat a few times, but he never won. So eventually I think I earned a kind of begrudging respect from him because I never backed down, you know? And then when they both got ill, they really had to appreciate you because you and Caroline looked after both of them, didn't you? I don't know if I could have done that. But you two worked so hard to make sure that they were comfortable once they weren't able to look after themselves anymore. Yep, because there wasn't anyone else who could do that for them. Caroline and I had to either put them in a care home or look after them ourselves. But we both felt so bad at how much they were suffering. At the end of the day, they were still her parents and Joanna's grandparents. And by the time they were coming to the end of their lives, things had changed. We developed a real affection for each other, I think. I know Caroline's dad never really expressed his feelings to me or Caroline, but I know he appreciated the care we took of him. I could see it in his eyes sometimes, especially after her mom was gone and he was by himself. Well, I think you're a very patient person, Marty. I don't know if I could have done what you and Caroline did. I think you're capable of more than you know, Mikey. You've taken such great care of Frankie already. They've been through so much and you've been there the whole time. Anyway, I think I need a break from thinking about my in-laws now. It's a little bit depressing to think about that time, even though it was years ago. I have to get on though. I'm supposed to be in the middle of putting some shelves up in the office. Caroline needs more space for all of her books. Okay, well, don't dwell on the past too much, man. I guess I better get back to work as well. Let me know about golf, yeah? I'm sure golf will be fine. I'll see you at the weekend. Okay, call me if you need to cancel or anything. Hi, honey, it's your dad. How are you getting on?
Hey, Dad, I'm doing fine. Why? Is something up?
No, not at all. I just thought I'd shoot you a message because I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. You must be really busy these days. You haven't even sent me a selfie to prove how hard you're working like you usually do. I need to see those bags under your eyes or I'll start thinking you're slacking.
How's this? Yeah, you're right. I haven't been able to call or text so much recently. I've been super busy. I barely have any free time at all. It's kind of a good thing, though. My team got assigned a cool design project to work on this month, so we've all been doing tons of overtime to make sure it's perfect.
Oh, okay. That is good news. Don't burn yourself out, though. You look like you've lost a little bit of weight. Have you been eating properly?
Dad, I haven't lost any weight at all. Are you kidding me? You know I'm not the kind of person to skip meals. I'd still be eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner even if the world was about to end. Don't worry too much about me. Our office is a great cafeteria, so we never go hungry. My boss is always on at me about taking breaks as well, but I get really into work, so I just forget. But enough about me. How have you been, Dad? How's Mom? Have her headaches been getting any better?
I'm doing great, thanks, Joe. Your mom hasn't had any bad headaches recently either, so I think I can say she's doing fine as well. I was just tidying up in my office and I found an old photo album from when you were about 4 years old, so I thought I should probably send you a text to see how you were.
Oh my god, and now you're sat on the floor of your office quietly reminiscing about all our great times together and getting all sentimental over memories you have of me as a little girl, right?
How did you know? But you were such a sweet little girl. Everyone who saw you always said how lovely you were and how you'd become such a beautiful girl when you were older.
You're so embarrassing, Dad. That's all in the distant past now, isn't it?
Well, I'm sorry for being so proud of my only daughter, but can you blame me? You're kind, smart, and beautiful. You always caught people's attention wherever you went. I just got used to people admiring you. When you were little, it was because you were such a sweetheart, and when you were older, it was because you were so smart. I think all of my buddies at the golf club got tired of hearing your name because I talked about you so much back then while you were applying to colleges and stuff. And you never needed extra help or anything. You did it all by yourself. That's why I think I have a right to be proud of you and tell you about it sometimes. I don't want you to forget that you're great, okay?
Okay, Dad, thanks. I think I got the message. I won't forget how much you love me and how proud you are. But seriously, I probably need a little pep talk today, so thanks for saying all of that and reminding me that I kick butt.
Have you made a lot of friends at your new job, honey? I know you're really busy and everything at the moment, but I think it would help if you had someone to chat at break times and stuff. I get a little bit worried about you living all by yourself, you know? You don't go out late at night and walk home alone, do you? I thought perhaps if you lived alone, you'd meet someone.
Dad, are you trying to find out whether I have a boyfriend or not? If you are, you're not being as subtle as I think you were hoping. You know it's none of your business, right?
Yeah, I know that. I was just wondering, because I heard from your mom that you went on a couple of dates with a guy a few weeks ago, but I haven't heard anything else about it. And I thought after you moved out, that would be the most natural thing to happen. I don't want to put any pressure on you, though. I know your work is super important to you.
It's okay, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I never walk around by myself after dark, and I'm great at maintaining a work-life balance. I even have friends.
Okay, I'm sorry I brought it up. I know you'll talk about that kind of stuff when you want to. And you know, you don't have to have a boyfriend at all if you happen to be...
Happen to be what? Into girls?
Yeah, oh well, you know we're a very progressive family. We would be totally fine with any of that.
So you don't think that Greg, the super jock boyfriend I had in high school, who you met and tried to be best buds with, is enough proof that I like guys?
I don't know. People change. Greg might have just been someone you went out with to find out what you're into. Anyway, okay, this is getting super awkward now. Can we just drop the subject before the office floor opens up and swallows me whole?
You're the one who started it. If you can't handle the heat, stay out of the kitchen, Dad.
You're right, I shouldn't have asked. I'll remember for next time.
Actually, there is something I've been meaning to share with you guys for a few weeks.
Oh, really? What is it?
Well, I was going to call and talk to you over the phone, but I guess it's fine to just tell you now. The guy I went on those dates with that I told Mom about, his name is Luke. I know you guys haven't even met yet, but we've been getting on really well. He asked me to marry him.
He did what? Without my permission? How dare he do such a thing? I'm kidding. Congratulations, honey. That is really wonderful news. But you guys can't have been going out for very long. Have you answered him yet? What did you say?
I kind of provisionally said yes. I want you guys to meet him first before we really decide to get married. I know it's pretty fast. We've only been going out a couple of months, but he's such an amazing person, Dad. You're going to absolutely love him.
Oh my goodness, Joanna, this is huge. Oh, your mom is gonna lose her mind when she hears about it. You should probably call her immediately after this and tell her, because otherwise she'll find some way to blame me for finding out before she did. I'm not gonna say anything to her about it until you've told her, okay? She's gonna be so happy for you. We both will be. I can't wait to meet this guy so I can judge him. Can you bring him next time you come to visit? How about Thanksgiving? It's only a couple of weeks away, but you were planning on coming anyway, right?
Actually, yeah. I was hoping to bring him for Thanksgiving if you really don't mind. I wasn't sure if it would be okay because you guys always say Thanksgiving is time for a family, but I'm hoping Luke will be family soon, so I thought maybe you'd understand.
Absolutely. You'll have to bring him for Thanksgiving dinner. But definitely talk to your mom about all of this first and ask her permission too. Oh, I am so excited. If you guys get married and have kids, I can finally realize my dream of becoming a grandpa with a big belly who falls asleep on the sofa after lunch like my pop used to.
That is such a weird dream to have, but okay.
I'm a weird guy, what can I say? I hope your fiancé is excited to have an oddball father-in-law. Have you told him about our family's psychic powers yet?
No, Dad. I'll let you do that. I wouldn't want to spoil your fun. Anyway, I'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Okay, honey, don't work too hard. Love you.
Love you too, Dad. Hey, Dad? Is something wrong? I haven't heard from you since we left the house after Thanksgiving dinner. It's not like you to keep this quiet after meeting one of my boyfriends. And this time it's even weirder because it's my fiancé that you met and I still haven't heard what you thought about him. I've been waiting for you to call for almost 2 weeks. I'm getting seriously worried about you. Are you sick? I hope you don't hate Luke so much that you can't even bring yourself to speak to me.
Hey, honey, I'm sorry for the radio silence. I know I should have called or texted you or something last weekend, but I wasn't sure what to say.
Oh, Lord. You really didn't like him, did you? What's up? You know you have to talk to me about this eventually, so just spit it out.
It's not that bad, I promise. I don't have a problem with Luke. He seems like a nice guy, and he's very good looking. You guys make a great couple. And his table manners were great. He was polite and kind to your mom and me. I really couldn't fault his behavior at all. Plus, everything he said about his family and his upbringing seemed great. His dad is obviously a successful businessman, so I'm sure his son will be a fantastic partner. If you're happy with him and you love him, then there's no doubt that you'll be perfect for each other. Your mom thinks so too.
Yeah, okay, that all sounds great, but I know you and I think you're holding back. You have other opinions, don't you? I know there's something bothering you, Dad. What is it?
Well, if you must know, it's just a feeling I get from him. Like there's so much happening on the surface, you don't notice what he's really thinking. I feel like there was kind of an act he was putting on, and I wasn't sure how much I could believe. I wasn't sure if I could trust him. It's something about the eyes, but it's difficult to explain what I mean. I'm sorry. It was such a weird feeling, and when I mentioned it to your mom, she had no idea what I was talking about. But I really can't get it out of my head. I feel like some part of him was honestly happy and loving, but there was a hidden part behind the facade, and I'm not so sure what it means for you or him. But you know I often get feelings about stuff that I can't explain. I always used to tell you that the men in this family have a kind of spiritual gift, right? Your Uncle Mike and I both have it. So I can't tell you exactly why I feel the way I do. You'll just have to take my word for it. There's something not quite right about Luke, sweetie.
Right. So you're basing this snap judgment about the man I've agreed to marry on some crazy psychic feeling that isn't based on anything really except for a look in Luke's eyes that you don't like? You're not going to turn around and say we can't get married just because you have a funny feeling about him, are you?
I knew you would be mad if I told you. That's why I didn't want to say anything about this. Yo, just ignore me. I've had plenty of feelings that came to nothing. Of course I'm not gonna stand in your way if you've decided that Luke is the guy that you want to marry. You guys just work on choosing a date and your mom and I will help get everything ready. We have your wedding fund all saved up, so just send over the invoices as they come.
Thanks, Dad. I am absolutely certain that Luke won't let me down. He's the best guy I've ever met. We'll set a date and let you know how our plans are coming, okay?
Okay, sweetheart. If you're sure, then I'm sure too. I expect this weird feeling is just me being sad that you're getting married and you're not gonna be my little girl anymore. Time goes by so fast. I can't believe I'm gonna be walking you down the aisle soon. Oh, I love you, honey. Have a great day at work.
Thanks, Dad. I love you too. I can't wait for you to see me in my wedding dress.
Hi, Martin. What's up? How are you and Caroline these days?
Oh, hi, Luke. We're both fine. It's strange to hear from you out of the blue like this. Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I just wanted to check in with you guys since we haven't seen you in a few months, and Joe said you hadn't texted recently. How are the shelves that I put up? I hope they haven't fallen down already. Did you put the gardening books up there like you said you wanted to? I'm sorry we haven't been around recently. I know I said next time I came I would cut the grass in the backyard as well, but Joe and I have both been so busy with work. The months have really just flown by.
Oh, it's totally fine, son. I know I'm getting on a bit, but I'm still perfectly capable of cutting my own lawn. The shelves are great. Thanks again for doing that for us. Caroline says that if she left that stuff to me, it would never get done. I always get distracted and start reading the books I'm supposed to be putting up shelves for. Do you know I first started putting those shelves up about 5 years ago? And I just ended up making a huge mess, so I gave up and did something else.
Never mind, Martin. That stuff happens to everyone. I always get distracted in the middle of projects, too. I'm glad to hear that you've been keeping the grass short anyway. I wish we had a big yard like yours, so that we could have a nice lawn. If we ever have kids, they'll need somewhere to run about, right?
They sure would. But I guess Jo isn't in much of a hurry to start a family. Her career has always been pretty important to her. She's lucky to have you, Luke. You're so understanding and supportive of her. Thank you for doing that for her.
You don't have to thank me, Martin. Your daughter is totally worth it. And if we have a family one day, I'm sure it'll be worth the wait as well. By the way, you've got a big birthday coming up, don't you?
I sure do. I'm gonna be 60.
Well, make sure to invite a few of your girlfriends around for that weekend, because Joe and I want to throw you a party, okay? I've already spoken to Caroline about it, and she's gonna do some food. I've ordered you a big cake in the shape of a golf course, and we're gonna have a barbecue in the backyard. I'll do all the cooking, so you can just sit back and have a couple of cool beers with your buddies. I've invited your brother and his family too. Is that okay? I just want to make sure you have an amazing day.
Wow, that's a really nice idea, Luke. Thank you very much. But are you sure I have enough friends to warrant a birthday party? We might find I'm not as popular as you thought. Besides, once you get to my age, people just try and forget about their birthdays.
You'll have plenty of guests, I'm sure of it. And other than inviting them, you won't have to do any of the organizing or planning. We'll handle all of it. You know, since Joe and I have been married, we've hardly had any big parties as a family. I'm pretty sure the last time I saw Joe's Uncle Mike was at our wedding. I really think your birthday is a great opportunity to get the family together and have a good time. And if they all see what a wonderful son-in-law you have, then so be it.
Okay then, son. If you're getting everything sorted, I promise I'll tell everyone there what a fantastic son-in-law you are. I guess it's about time we had a family get-together, and it'll be nice to have some of my buddies from the golf club over too. Are you sure Caroline doesn't mind? You've definitely discussed this with her first, haven't you?
Joe talked to her about it, and she said it was a great idea. Joe and I will go over there early to help set everything up, so it won't be too much work for her. Don't worry.
Okay, great. I am excited. I haven't had a proper birthday since I was a kid. I can't even remember what the birthday song sounds like.
I'm sure you'll recognize it when you hear it, Martin. We'll see you next month then.
Hey, Marty, what's up? I hear we're all invited over to yours for your big birthday party. Now I'm wondering what happened to my big 60th birthday party. How come you didn't throw me one?
No, it's not up to me, Mike. It's all Luke and Joe's idea. They're basically forcing me to have a party, and I'm not sure why.
Well, it can't be that bad, can it? We'll have to bring you a present. What do you want? I was thinking a big bottle of whiskey.
You don't have to bring me anything. I'm not asking for presents. I hadn't even considered that you'd bring anything. But if you really have to, I suppose whiskey would do.
Martin, are you okay? I know you're trying to laugh it off, but it really seems like you're not into this whole party thing. Is there something bothering you about it? Is it about Luke? Haven't you been able to shake that off feeling you have about that guy?
Well, it's not about Luke or the party, actually. It's nothing serious. I had a weird dream. Caroline's dad was in it.
You dreamed of your father-in-law? That is very weird. What did he say? Was he back to complain about how you're no good for his daughter?
No, not at all. He told me to write down 6 numbers and they would lead me to a big financial gain.
You're saying that your father-in-law came into your dream and gave you the frickin' lottery numbers? Oh my word, Marty, have you bought a ticket? And if not, why not? What is it, $2 a play? You'd be insane not to give it a try.
Do you think? I've been wondering what to do about it all week. It's not like the guy was nice to me at all while he was alive. Why would he suddenly turn up in my dream like this?
Who cares? You could be a millionaire. I say don't worry about why too much and just do it. You basically have nothing to lose. If you're not gonna do it, tell me what the numbers were and I'll buy one. One of us has to try it.
Fine, I'll do it, but I'm not gonna be a millionaire anyway, because when I woke up I could only remember the first 5 numbers he said. Still, it kind of feels like cheating.
It's not cheating because nobody really knows what the numbers are gonna be. How can a spirit from the past see into the future anyway? Just use the numbers as you remember and put a random one as the 6th. It is gonna be crazy if your numbers come up. What are you gonna do?
I don't know, but I guess I have to give it a try. I expect you'll find out the result, because if I win, I won't exactly be able to keep it a secret. Just promise me you won't say anything to anyone about this dream I had, yeah?
Sure, man. I'm not gonna blow your chances, am I?
Michael, the lottery numbers were right. Can you believe this? This is insane. I'm getting the prize for 5 correct numbers. It's gonna be huge.
You have got to be kidding me. The numbers you saw in your dream were the winning ones? If only you remembered the 6th number, you would have won the jackpot. Who cares about that though? 5 numbers right is still a lot of money, isn't it? Oh, this is unbelievable. I really want to know why this happened, man.
I know what you mean. I am so freaked out right now, I can't even think straight. But why did he give me these numbers? He never liked me. I can't believe he'd want me to be rich. The only person in this whole family he ever really loved was Joanna. Why wouldn't he give her the numbers?
Maybe he couldn't. She's not exactly gifted with open-mindedness about the occult, is she? Maybe he couldn't contact her himself?
Well, do you think he expects me to give her all of this money? I wouldn't mind it, but she's not poor or anything. Her and Luke are doing fine. They have more money than Caroline and I do.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he felt bad that he treated you like dirt the whole time he was alive until you and Caroline ended up looking after him while he was sick. Perhaps he couldn't move on in the afterlife until he settled this debt he has to you guys. This is his way of repaying you for that suffering and making sure you have a comfortable life now.
Yeah, I guess it could be something like that. He was always a fair man. Maybe he can't move on until he feels like he's paid us back. But I'm still in shock about this. I'm definitely gonna need a few days to think about it. Do you think I should talk to Caroline about her dad?
I don't know, actually. She's like Joanna, right? She'll think you're crazy if you tell her that her father came to you in a dream.
Yeah, you're right. I'll leave it.
You should. Just enjoy your winnings for now.
Hey, Mike, are you at work right now?
I am, but I'm not busy. What's up?
I dreamed about my father-in-law again last night. I think this is like the third or fourth time he's shown up in my dream recently. And it's not just me dreaming of him. I can't explain it, but he's definitely in control of my dream consciousness while he's there. It's like a nightmare, and I can't get away from him.
That sounds kinda scary. What happened in the dream then? Did he give you the lottery numbers again?
No, each time he's come this week, he's been super threatening. He keeps trying to give me these horrible, ominous warnings about Joanna and Luke. It is especially bad about Luke, but it's not clear what's wrong with him. I just keep waking up with this terrible feeling that Luke is gonna hurt Joanna.
But Luke is like a big teddy bear guy who just seems to love Joe so much. He's even throwing you a birthday party. I know we both had our misgivings about him. I admit there has been something weird. I feel like he's shielding a part of himself from view. But it's been years now and nothing terrible has happened. He's been a perfect son-in-law, hasn't he? It is very hard to imagine him doing anything to hurt or deceive Joanna.
I know, it totally goes against everything I think I know about Luke. But what do I actually know about Luke? I see him a few times a year at most. For all I know, he could be doing anything behind Joe's back.
But you can't accuse him of anything just based on a funny feeling you got from your father-in-law in a dream.
I know, but it was a very strong feeling and a very clear message that something must be done about Luke or he was gonna hurt Joanna. The old guy definitely wants me to get rid of Luke somehow, but I'm not sure exactly why. And the worst part is, I don't know if it means he's gonna hurt her physically or emotionally. What if he threatens her or uses violence towards her and I knew and did nothing? I'd never be able to live with myself if I let someone harm my daughter. You understand that, right?
Of course. Do you think you could talk to Joe about it without her being suspicious of your motives?
I doubt it. She's so smart. She always sees straight through me whenever I try anything like that. If I wanted to know if she was being mistreated, I'd have to just come out and ask her.
Have you tried asking your father-in-law for more information in the dream?
No, like I said, I have absolutely no control over myself while he's there in my dream. And it feels like it's over in a split second, and I wake up all sweaty and terrified of Luke. I wish I could answer him back, because then I could finally confront him for being such a nasty piece of work while he was alive. I mean, seriously, what right does he think he has to come back to me in my dreams and carry on messing with our lives after making me miserable for so many years? But there's no point in getting caught up in these bad feelings between me and him. I know this is all about Joanna and how much he cares about her. Even in death, he's obviously still there watching out for her and caring about her, right? I should just do my part to protect her too. That's all he wants me to do. And it's all I want to do as her father.
So, what are you gonna do? If you try to confront Joe and Luke and it turns out to be nothing, you could cause a serious rift between you all. Besides, you have your big birthday party coming up. Why don't you wait until that's over? You can watch them while they're over at your house at least.
I guess I could just wait a week or so and see if I can figure out anything from their behavior towards each other.
But it's also really hard to ignore these warnings, because you know it's the real deal. He proved that to you by giving you the correct lottery numbers, right? I think this must be what all of that was about. It was a way to make sure you knew the dreams were real premonitions and not just nightmares about your scary father-in-law.
That is what I was thinking too. Do you think Caroline would believe me if I told her about the lottery numbers and everything?
I'm not so sure. If I was you, I'd wait until you either have some clear evidence or an obvious message about what to do. Then I'd do what your dream father-in-law says, because we know he's right. So far, all you know is that you have to get rid of Luke, right? Maybe if you just leave it for a few nights, your father-in-law will be back with a clear reason or something. Until you have that, I don't really think you can do anything. I'm sure it's really upsetting, though. I wonder if there's anything else you can do.
Like what? I thought about hiring a private investigator to check out what Luke is doing, but what if that was all found out and he isn't doing anything wrong? That would make me look like a maniac.
I don't know, it's probably not such a huge deal. I'm sure parents hire people to spy on their children more than you think. Do you reckon? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Marty, I'm gonna have to get back to work now. Let me know what you decide and how everything is going, okay? Okay, I'll message you soon. Hi, sweetie. How are you doing these days?
Hey, Dad. Not bad. I've just been working a lot. Are you okay? Are you excited for the party?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just thought I'd send a message to check up on you. It seems like Luke texts me more than you do recently.
Oh, Dad. I'm sorry. I never remember to text you. Luke is so much better than me at staying in touch with people. He has so much energy, even after a long day at work. He's doing all of the planning for your party. I've done hardly any. All I know is that I have to turn up and help decorate the house. We're so lucky to have Luke, aren't we?
Yeah, he's pretty incredible. What's he up to these days? Is he busy with work?
I guess so. You could just ask him if you want to know what he's up to, though.
I know that. I just wanted to ask you because I wanted to know if you're spending enough time together. You're my priority, and I want to make sure you're happy, don't I? Does he get home on time and stuff? He's not working too hard, is he? I don't want to think that planning my party is going to be a burden on you two.
I feel like these questions have some kind of ulterior motive, but whatever. If you must know, we are both really busy most weeknights and we both get home late. We cook a lot on the weekends and that's what keeps us going during the week, but we're not spending too much effort on your party. Luke would never have suggested holding a party if he didn't think we could manage it, so don't worry about that.
So, you're both out late most nights and you don't really know where he is or what he's doing until he gets home? Doesn't that worry you?
What? Dad! I knew you were getting at something. You can't start acting all suspicious of Luke. I said we're both out late. We're not doing anything weird. We both just work hard. Some nights I think he hangs out with his buddies after work. And sometimes on weekends he has people over for a game of cards or something. I have friends too. You know, it's allowed.
Yeah, I know. You're both allowed to have your personal lives as well as married lives. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to suggest anything weird.
So you think Luke is doing something behind my back? Do you have a good reason to think this, or are you just having one of your funny feelings again? You know Luke by now, right? We've been married for almost 6 years. Can't you just forget about your weird first impression of him and move on? He's not hiding anything from us.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to pry into your private life or anything. I'll drop it. You can just ignore me, okay?
Sure. I've got to get back to work now, so I'll text you later, okay?
Okay, honey. Have a good day. Hey, Caroline, honey. Are you busy right now?
Kind of. I feel like I'm getting a headache. What's up?
It's about Luke. I think we have a problem. Seriously, I know you're probably not going to believe me because you always said I was overreacting and being overprotective of Joanna. But I still have this terrible feeling that there's something he's not telling us. He is up to something, Caroline. I know it.
Oh my god, Marty, are you being serious? You have to stop this nonsense about Luke. You're taking it too far. I know you always want to trust your instincts about people, and I appreciate that, but it's been over 5 years and Luke hasn't done anything wrong. For goodness sake, the guy's throwing you a birthday party next week and you still can't just accept that he's a good person.
I'm not just gonna walk away from that situation if I know in my heart that there's something wrong, okay? You knew that about me when you married me. Can you just hear me out about this? It won't take long.
Fine. Talk. I'm listening.
Okay, well, do you know my friend Craig has a son who works at a hotel in the next town? I can't remember the name of the hotel, but it's not a huge chain or anything.
I know Craig, and I know he has a son, but I don't know anything about a hotel. What does this have to do with Luke?
Craig's son thought he saw Luke checking into the hotel with a woman that wasn't Joanna. They were holding hands and they both stayed overnight, and he saw them again the next morning. Can you believe that? I think he's been cheating the whole time that they've been married. I'd bet my life on it, actually.
Oh, come on, Martin. He thinks he saw someone who looked like Luke, but it could have been anyone. You can't tell me you think that's proof that our son-in-law is cheating.
It's not just that he saw them. He found their names in the booking system afterwards. They didn't even bother to use fake names. So the next time he saw them go in there, he called me and I went there the morning after and saw them leave. That was yesterday morning. I saw Luke with my own eyes. That is not all. The other woman is pregnant. Craig didn't tell me that, or maybe he didn't notice, but it seemed perfectly obvious to me. Luke even touched her belly before they kissed and said goodbye.
Well, I don't believe it. Luke always talks about how he wants children, but he says he'll wait until Joanna is ready. He would never betray her like this. You can't just go around accusing people of cheating without any proof.
I have proof now. I saw them with my own eyes. Why won't you believe me? I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I think I'll wait until I see actual proof, like photographs or something like that. Until then, I'm not going to give credit to your crazy imagination. You've always been obsessed with the idea that Luke isn't good enough for Joanna or something. You're probably just daydreaming this stuff so you can start talking about your instinct again.
So you refuse to believe me? You're my wife. If you don't believe me, how am I going to convince anyone else that this is true?
I don't know, Marty. You'll just have to find some proof. You can't make crazy allegations about people like this without it. Look, my head hurts. Can we just drop this?
Fine. I'll have to find a way to prove it to you before it gets any worse then, won't I? Hi, Mike. I hope you're not too busy. I just really need someone to talk to about this stuff with Joanna and Luke.
Oh no, what's up? Did something happen? Have you had any more dreams?
I did, but that's not the worst thing. The worst part is that I saw Luke coming out of a hotel with his girlfriend. They were obviously together. He was holding her hand and she was pregnant. I had no idea that this was going to get so bad so quickly like this. I just thought it was a bunch of freaky dreams that would all come to nothing.
Oh man, this is bad. Have you spoken to anyone except me about it? No wonder we both had that feeling about not being able to trust that guy. I wonder how long it's been going on for.
I know. I hate to think how long he's been deceiving us all. I haven't said anything to Joanna about it yet. I tried telling Caroline, but she reacted really badly and said she couldn't believe anything without proof. Now I'm afraid to bring the subject up with Jo, in case she says the same thing.
Well, that's probably because you don't have any proof. Did you take any photos of them?
I couldn't. They were quite far away, and by the time I got my phone out, all I could see were the backs of their heads.
You're just gonna have to try again then, aren't you? But what about your party? It's only a week or so away. How are you gonna face having Luke in your house when you know what you do?
I don't know. It's a total disaster. I'm just gonna have to get the photographs as proof and convince Caroline and Joanna before the day of the party. There is no way I can have him in my house pretending like nothing is wrong.
I totally agree with you there. If I was you, I would probably want to confront him, and I might even bring a couple of buddies. But it sounds like your father-in-law is spot on with his information. If only he could give you some more proof somehow.
I know. I'll just have to wait for my friend to let me know if he sees them at the hotel again. Then I'll go and get photographs.
The sooner, the better. I don't want to think of my niece married to this cheating loser for any longer. It is awful. Let me know if you need any help with this. I can lend you my camera with the fancy zoom lens if you like.
It's okay. I think it'll be better if I can take a photo with my phone. Then it'll automatically have a time and date stamp, and I can save it in the cloud so it doesn't get lost if I damage my phone.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Good luck.
Hi, honey. Are you busy right now? Are you getting ready for work? You didn't leave yet, did you?
Hi, Dad. Wow, what's up? You sound totally manic. It's weird of you to text me so early in the morning for one thing. What's going on?
I'm not manic. I just have something to talk to you about, and it's kind of urgent. Can you promise to listen to me and not freak out or start saying that I'm going crazy?
Sure, I guess. Can you just tell me what's going on? You sound all worked up and it's worrying me.
Okay, well, I've been having some weird dreams recently. It's been a few weeks, but every couple of days I dream about your grandfather, your mom's dad, not mine. And each time I dream of him, he keeps being really scary, saying that you're in danger. But until now, it wasn't so urgent, just vaguely threatening, right? But this morning in my dream, I got this clear feeling that he does not want you to drive today. At least not by yourself. You mustn't drive your car to work, do you hear me?
But Dad, you can't really believe this, can you? I have to get to work today and my car is the only possible method of transport I have. It's just a dream, right?
I can't really explain it without sounding like a madman, but remember the time a few weeks ago when I got 5 numbers right on the lottery? That was because your grandfather came into my dream and gave me the correct numbers. I think he wanted to prove that he was telling the truth and that I should believe him.
But that's totally insane. Dad, it's not even funny anymore. I'm actually worried that you might be losing your mind. So you're saying Grandpa thinks my car is dangerous and I shouldn't drive it or something? I'm sorry, but I can't just take a day off work because you had a dream.
Isn't there anyone else who could drive you? I just really don't feel good knowing you're out in that car. Can you promise me you'll try and get a lift with someone else?
Fine, I promise I will try and get a lift to work. I won't drive. Are you happy now? Just go to work and try and forget about these weird dreams of Grandpa, okay? Hey, Dad. I just wanted to say sorry about driving when you clearly told me it would be dangerous. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. You deserve better.
Hi, honey. It's okay. You don't have to apologize to me. It was scary as heck to get that phone call saying you were in the hospital, but I know you're gonna be alright now.
I should have listened to you. You've always listened to your instincts, and when I was a kid, I thought that was awesome. You're like a psychic superhero, but these days I've been telling myself that it's all stupid and you're just overreacting. It was wrong to think that, and I'm sorry. I know you only ever want what's best for me.
Really, I'd rather you did prove me wrong by being just fine driving around yesterday. It's worse to be right and know that you're in the hospital. I could have done more to prevent you driving. I'm just glad the accident wasn't worse.
Actually, I think the fact that you warned me about the car did help. I wasn't going anywhere near as fast as I usually go. So when the car suddenly swerved and I lost control of it, I just crashed into the barrier at the side of the road and managed to stop the car from hitting any other cars. At least I know I didn't hurt anyone else, right? If you hadn't warned me, I would have been traveling way faster and I would have caused a huge pileup. Imagine all of the people who could have been killed or injured if I hadn't been able to stop.
I really don't want to think about it. Has the doctor been in to see you today? He told us yesterday that your ankle and a couple of ribs are broken.
Yeah, he came in to see me this morning to see how I got through the night. I didn't sleep much. The painkillers kept wearing off and the pain woke me up. And I'm in a really uncomfortable position. But he didn't say anything much about my injuries. I think it's just going to take a few days for me to be able to leave the hospital.
Well, your mom and I will come by to see you again as soon as we can. Have you seen Luke?
Yeah, he came to see me last night. He was really weird about it, actually. I think he was kind of embarrassed to see me looking like this. He went away really quickly.
No, that sucks, honey. Maybe he's just freaked out. Men are weird when they've been scared.
I guess so.
Do you know what happened to the car? I tried asking around yesterday, but no one could tell me, and you were unconscious.
Oh, right. I think the police brought it back to the precinct with them. You could drop by and talk to them about it. I'll call the insurance company later and ask them about making a claim. I think it might have to be investigated because having the steering suddenly fail like that is a bit weird. If you talk to the police, can you see if you can arrange to have it investigated?
Yeah, that's part of my plan, actually. Your cousin Frankie is a mechanic, right? I want to ask him to take a look at it and make sure there wasn't anything done to it on purpose.
Yes, please ask Frankie to have a look. I forgot they were working as a mechanic these days. Do you think somebody did this on purpose? To hurt me?
I know, sweetie, but I think it's worth getting checked out. Don't you?
Yeah, okay. I agree. Thanks for sorting this stuff out, Dad.
That's okay, Joe. That's what dads are for. And for having weird premonitions, apparently. I know you're not in too much pain for now. I'll see you later with your mom, okay?
Sure, thanks, Dad. Love you.
Hey, Uncle Marty. Do you have a minute? I just got round to looking at Joe's car.
Hey, Frankie, thanks for doing that. I hope it's not looking too bad. Joanna said that she thought it wasn't that messed up.
Well, I think I might have to get my boss to take a look at it as well, but it's actually not the crash damage that I'm worried about. Joe managed to avoid damaging the car much, which is amazing. She was very lucky. But the problem is, it looks like someone messed around with the steering on purpose.
Someone messed around with it? What do you mean? Are you sure?
Yeah, the nut and bolt that connects the steering rod and ball joint are missing. That wouldn't just come loose by accident. You'd need a good wrench to take it off. It must have been done by someone with a good knowledge of how cars work and how you can sabotage them without it showing up in the warning lights or anything.
Hold on, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. The whole nut and bolt was missing? How did Joe even drive the car at all if the steering rod wasn't connected to the axle? That's what you mean, right?
Yeah, but I think the nut was removed, and the bolt was probably left in, and it just gradually worked its way free, which caused the accident.
Oh my goodness, I knew there was something going on here. Joe said that she got the car serviced just last week. Do you think one of the mechanics could have left the nut off on purpose?
No, not unless she didn't drive it all week. It must have been done more recently than that. This is really suspicious, Uncle Marty. I think we should contact the police about it.
Of course we should talk to the police about it straight away. Can you ask your boss to take a look at it and provide a second opinion? Then you guys can call the police. Then you'll just have to leave the car alone because it'll probably become evidence. I'm not gonna let this go. If someone tried to harm my daughter on purpose, they're gonna pay.
Okay, I got it. I'll talk to my boss and then we'll let the police know what we found.
Oh, thanks, Frankie. You're a star. Hey, honey, what are you up to?
Nothing, Dad. I'm still in the hospital with nothing to do. You know that. What's up? Do you have news about the car?
Well, I just got off the phone with the police officer in charge of investigating what happened to your car. They're heading over to the hospital now. I'm gonna meet them there. Is Luke there as well? He told me he was gonna head there to have lunch with you.
The police are coming again? We were just about to head down to the cafeteria for lunch. Do they seriously have to come here now? I'm hungry.
Yes, it's important. But can you do me a favor? Don't tell Luke that the police are on their way there, and don't let him leave if you can manage it. Just make up some excuse and keep him in your room until the police get there, okay? Can you get him to help you do your hair or something for a few minutes?
Sure, but can't you tell me why? You're being super shady right now, and you know how I hate it when you don't give me the whole story.
Can you just trust me this time, honey? Last time I asked you to trust me, you didn't, and then you ended up in the hospital. I'm not gonna run the risk of anything else happening to you.
Okay, fine. I'll keep him here, but can you hurry? I don't know how long I can distract him before he starts to wonder why we're not eating lunch.
I really owe a lot of what happened after Joanna's accident to Frankie and Mike. It was Frankie that figured out how the car was sabotaged after all. After Frankie told me about the steering fault, I asked Joe to give me the name of the garage and the mechanic who serviced her car. When I went around there, I was pretty surprised to see the woman I saw coming out of the hotel with Luke. She was just sitting in the office as though she owned the place. That's when I realized there was something really suspicious about the whole situation. I knew I needed to find out exactly what was going on and fast. So the next time I heard that Luke and his mistress were staying at the hotel together, I sent Mike around there with his phone, camera, and zoom lens to get as many pictures as he possibly could of them leaving together. After that, all we needed was proof that Luke and his girlfriend were responsible for tampering with Joanna's car. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it might be. The next day, Frankie agreed to go around to the garage and pretend they were looking for work. They met the owner, Luke's mistress's father, and he said they could do a trial shift. At some point during that trial shift, Frankie found some instructions for removing the nut on the steering wheel ball joint that caused Joanna's accident. They told the police about it, and the police went around to the garage and discovered that photos of those instructions had been sent to Luke's email. When they visited Luke and Joanna's house, they found a printout of the instructions as well as an old wrench and the nut from the ball joint stuffed in a drawer in the garage. The officers said that it was plenty of evidence for them to file a warrant for Luke's arrest. They were already at the hospital when I arrived. I felt so sorry for Joanna when I saw her in the hospital. Luke was being led away by a couple of police officers, and another was trying to explain to her what they were arresting him for. She was totally blindsided by the whole thing. She believed in Luke and trusted him completely, right up until the moment the police officers showed her Mike's photos and the photos from their garage. It was really difficult to watch her finally begin to understand the depths of his betrayal. I'm glad that the police arrived before I did, because I don't know what would have happened otherwise. If I had gone there and found Luke alone or with Joanna, I probably would have tried to hurt him somehow. I was so angry knowing what he had done to my daughter. But it's better that I never got that opportunity. It wouldn't have helped Jo to see me act like that, and I probably would have been arrested alongside her husband. After the police left, I tried my best to explain what I knew to Jo, and when my wife arrived, I told her all about it as well. It took them both some time to accept that Luke had been lying to them. But I still had copies of the photos on my phone, so they had to believe the evidence of their eyes. My guess is that Luke was always the kind of person who conceals part of their life from others. He did love Joanna, but he also loved his freedom and did whatever he wanted. I don't think he intended to get his girlfriend pregnant, but when he did, they decided that it would be easier for them to just get rid of Joanna and get married themselves. I just can't believe that instead of simply asking for a divorce, they came up with this evil plan to sabotage the car and make Joanna's death look like a tragic accident. My daughter was totally floored by the idea that the man she loved and trusted had actually planned to hurt her and even tampered with her car with his own hands. It took her a very long time to come to terms with it, but it was helpful that Luke was convicted of attempted murder and given a long prison sentence. His mistress and her father were also found guilty of conspiring to murder Joanna because they helped Luke form and carry out his awful plan. Now it's all over, we're left to rebuild our lives. Joanna was able to get a divorce from Luke pretty easily after he was sent to prison. She moved back home temporarily, but now she's back at work and living on her own in a nice apartment near the river. She seems happy, and I'm sure she'll find someone new if she wants to. Since everything happened, I've been back a few times to visit my father-in-law's grave and lay some flowers. I am so thankful he gave me the opportunity to save my daughter from a worse accident. Whatever happens next, I'm glad we still have each other. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more content.